Hey everyone, in today's class, we are going to explore binds. So you can look forward to a lot of opening across the chest, some deep exploration of opening up really the front line of the body. If you have a yoga strap or something that can resemble a strap, that could be a small towel or a t-shirt. This isn't a yoga strap specifically, so if you have anything that kind of looks like this, it can be helpful in supporting you in binds, especially if you are quite tight in the chest and the shoulders. Get curious in your body as we move through these shapes today, and let me know how you feel after. If you need any modifications, feel free to reach out. We'll start in a child's pose. Wide leg child's pose or knees together. Choose what feels most comfortable for you. We won't stay here for too long, so allow yourself to really soften into the shape. Relax into your low back, your glutes. Lengthen along your spine. And just check in with how you feel today. And as we begin the transition from the outer world, your day, your week so far, can you give yourself permission to breathe a little bit deeper? Focus on the sensations landing in this moment. And see if you can stay really present for yourself over the next 20 to 30 minutes. Next, inhale, can you press up onto all fours, and we'll set up for a few rounds of breath and melting heart. Knees can shift in so they're below your hips. Walk your hands towards the top of your mat and slowly melt your chest forward. The forehead might meet the mat, maybe your chin. And if you have your block handy, you can place a block just below your forehead and let your forehead rest on the block. We use this shape to initiate that opening across the chest while creating some ease in the shoulders. You're welcome to linger in this shape for as long as you need to. Just notice if there's any pain or pinching in the shoulder joint. You might need to come out of the shape slightly and readjust. And then slowly press back up into your hands. Walk your hands back just a little bit so your wrists are still ahead of the shoulders. Inhale, anchor through your left palm, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, slowly thread your right arm underneath left side. Inhale, breath, big stretch, open up. Exhale, thread through. And one more time. This is just for mobility. Inhale, breath, big stretch, open. Exhale, thread through. Slowly come back through center, and then can you take your right palm slightly forward, open up into a modified side plank to open to the left. So you anchor through your right palm, right toe shift in behind you, left leg is long. Okay, can you roll your top shoulder back, open up some space across your chest? And this might be where you stay, or let's start to explore towards our first bind. You can lift your left leg up off the mat, bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand, and see if you can find the big toe edge of your left foot. Okay. Anchor down through your right palm, roll your top shoulder back more, and you feel this opening through the front of the hip. Okay, stay for one more big inhale breath. And then exhale, slowly release, come back into a tabletop. Left hand to the mat, left knee to the mat. Right hand will slide back so it is below your right shoulder. Let's take 3 cow-cat. Inhale, belly will fall. Lift your hips, shoulders peel back. Always think of opening up across the chest. Exhale, round navel to spine, chin to chest. 2 more like that. Inhale, breath, belly will fall. Exhale, you round through. Let this feel good. Awaken your body. One more time. Inhale. And exhale around. Okay, meet back here in your neutral tabletop. And then can you slowly kick your right heel back behind you and reach your left fingertips forward, like you're setting up for bird dog. Okay. Keep pressing away from your right palm, and then let's bend into the right knee. Reach back with the left hand again. This time your left hand finds the pinky toe edge of your right foot. So another opportunity to bind. Inhale, breath, kick into your left hand, lift up through your chest. See if you can send your gaze slightly forward. Core is on, kick, kick, kick. Inhale, breath. And exhale, slowly lower right knee to the mat, left hand to the mat. And let's sit back, hips on heels. Take a moment, roll out your shoulders a few times. You might take your arms overhead, roll out your wrists. You might be feeling some sensation in the right wrist. Let's use this as an opportunity to kind of reset. And we will meet back through center. Walk your hands slightly forward. Thread the needle, flow with your inhale. Left arm will reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread left arm underneath right side. 2 more for that mobility. Inhale, big stretch open. Exhale, thread through. 1 more time. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. And exhale, thread through. Come back through center. Plant your left palm flat to the mat, open to your modified side plank now to the right. Right arm will reach up towards the ceiling. Okay, press down through your right palm or your left palm, your left knee, lift up through your hips. Now option 1, stay right here. Think of opening across the chest, roll your top shoulder back. Option 2, we'll explore towards the bind, hover your right foot. Bend your right knee, reach back for the big toe edge of your right foot. And the reason I say big toe edge here is it gives the shoulder more space to roll open. You can play around if you grab your pinky toe edge. Notice the shoulder wants to fold forward. Okay, stay here for another inhale breath. Maybe look up. And exhale, slowly replace back through center. A right knee to the mat, left hand back up. Okay. Now we set up for the other side. Kick your left heel back behind you. Reach your right arm towards the front of the space. Like you're setting up for bird dog. Bird dog is that crunch, right? So squeeze into your glutes. Okay, skipped cow cat. So if you need that, feel free to take it. Bend your back knee, reach back with your right hand, and this time you grab the pinky toe edge. Again, it's to maintain that opening across the chest. Press away from your left palm, kick into your left foot. Okay, if you're not quite there with the reach, maybe you hold here, kick, stay for 1 more inhale breath, and exhale, come back through center. Let's add those cow cat movements if you didn't take it when I missed it. Let this be a reset for the spine. And then we'll sit back, hips on heels. Give the shoulders another big roll. Reach your arms up. Roll out the wrists. Okay. Then from this seated position, can you take your hands behind you, interlace the grip behind you, roll your shoulders up towards your ears, and then down your back as you send your knuckles towards your heels. Lift up through your chest, but try to keep your ribs in, your core in, so your spine is nice and tall and supported. Stay for an inhale breath. And exhale, slowly unwind. Plant your hands to the mat, tuck your toes, walk to the back of your mat, wide or a standing forward fold. Okay. Feet hip distance apart, let your head hang heavy. Take an inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Full body stretch, press away from your feet, root to rise all the way up, reach up. And exhale, bring your hands to heart. You can keep your feet hip distance or slightly wider, bend your knees a lot. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your grip, just like we did in our kneeling position. Roll your shoulders down your back, take an inhale breath. And let's slowly fold over the legs. Let your head hang heavy. We'll add some movement here. Of course, you're welcome to stay or use your inhale to lengthen. Exhale, drop your left shoulder towards your left knee, gaze right. Inhale through center, drop your right shoulder, twist, gaze left. And 1 more time each side. Match your breath to the movement. Exhale, twist, gaze right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, gaze left. Inhale, come back through center. Slowly release your fingertips to the mat. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Reach up, squeeze your glutes at the top. Exhale, hands meet at heart center. Okay. Bring your hands to your hips. Step your right foot towards the middle of the mat so you're in your kind of a pyramid foundation. Take an inhale breath, and on your exhale, can you slowly fold forward over your right leg? Bend your knees as much as you need to. Maybe your fingertips meet the mat. If that feels like a long ways off, you can stay here. Use more of your core strength to hover your torso parallel with the mat below. Okay. And then from here, can you bend deep into your right knee, shift all of your weight into your right foot, and kick your left heel back behind you so you're in an L stand. Okay, charge back through your left heel, keep your chest lifted. We're not here for too much longer, but see if you can fire up some strength in your inner thighs. Fire up strength in your strong standing right leg. The calf, the quad, the glute is on. Then with your inhale, press away from your right foot, rise up to stand, keep your core engaged, bring your left knee with you to stand up tall here. Okay, standing figure 4, left ankle will cross over your right thigh, hands to heart, slowly sit back into your hips. Again, quads are on, glutes are on, your right leg is strong and stable. Keep your chest lifted. You're welcome to reach your arms up, or we can maintain that opening across the chest by, again, interlacing hands behind the back, sending the knuckles back. Inhale, come all the way back up through center and release. Step back just slightly on your mat so we can finish the other side. Step your left foot towards the top of the mat. Pyramid shape in your low body, hips are square, right toes turn out. Inhale, breath. Exhale, bend your knees as much as you need to as you slowly fold forward. Nice hamstring stretch here. Remember, you can stay right here if the fold feels like way too much in this moment. Okay. All right, take another inhale breath. And then let's all bend deep into this right knee. Slowly bring hands to the mat, L stand. Kick your right heel back, anchor down through your strong standing left leg. Calf, quad, glutes are on. Stay for an inhale breath, lengthen. Anchor for another exhale. And then inhale, rise up, but you bring your right knee with you. Come all the way up to stand. Roll your shoulders from your ears. Core is on, squeeze your glutes, standing figure 4. Right ankle will cross over your left thigh. Sit your hips back. Keep your spine nice and long. Chest is lifted. You might take your arms overhead, or again, another opportunity to bind behind you. Interlace your grip. Send your knuckles towards your back heel. Sit back further if you can. And rise up. Both feet. Anchor at the top of the mat. Hip distance or slightly wider. Take an inhale breath. Arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, plank pose. Let's take a slow transition through vinyasa. Shift forward to your tiptoes. With or without your knees, find low plank. Inhale, sweep through to upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Okay, from down dog, lift your right leg up and back behind you, bend your right knee and stack your hip. And a little challenge here in our 3-leg down dog today, can you slowly tent up onto your left fingertips? Notice a bit more energy needs to anchor through the right palm to check the balance. And then maybe you start to hover your left hand off the mat. That's where we'll take it in this first round. Hover, hover, hover. Really challenge the balance, the stabilizers. Bring your left hand back down to the mat. Kick your right heel high, look forward. Step forward. Warrior 1. Lower your back heel. Sweep your arms up overhead and sink deep into your right knee. Core on, spine tall. Humble warrior, take your hands behind you, interlace the grip. We've done a lot of that. Inhale, breath. And with your exhale, can you slowly hinge your torso forward so your right knee taps your inner right thigh? Lengthen through your spine with your inhale. Exhale, you might have more space to move into. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, surrender in. Stay for a big inhale breath. With your exhale, plant your hands, step back into high plank. Vinyasa, move from high plank to low plank, with or without the knees. Upward dog. Cobra is another option. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, lift your left leg up and back behind you, bend your left knee and pause. Okay. So you're welcome to stay right here or come onto your right fingertips. And then anchor down more through your left palm. This side, I know I feel a little bit more wobbly, but maybe you can start to lift your right fingertips up off the mat, even if it's just for a moment. Good. Both hands flat to the mat, look forward. Left foot steps forward, warrior one. Back heel flat to the mat, hips square with the front, arms sweep up overhead. Whew. All right, humble warrior. Take your hands behind you. Maybe try opposite pinky in front, slightly awkward. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, slow hinge. Okay, now you might be here. The core is definitely working to stabilize. If you can bring your left shoulder to the inner left thigh, see if your left thigh and shoulder can press in towards one another. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, slow fold. Inhale to lengthen. Maybe you move a little deeper. Stay for an inhale breath. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Optional vinyasa, high plank to low plank. Up dog, inhale, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your quads. Downward facing dog. Hey, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Take an inhale, halfway lift, shoulders down and back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands meet at heart center. Okay, so similar to what we did in our first round from the back of the mat, but we'll add on some binds. So step your right foot towards the center of your mat. Okay, with your inhale breath, slowly hinge forward, and right away bend as much as you can into your front knee so your fingertips meet the mat. Okay. We're not here long, but with the next breath, walk your hands more forward, squeeze into your quads and glutes, keep the bend in both knees, and slowly roll your left hip to stack your right. Okay, half moon pose. Once you've been able to open up, then start to extend both legs to a somewhat straight position and reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. I'm going to keep my gaze down just for stability. Okay, you're welcome to send your gaze to the side of the space or up towards your left fingertips. And then option to add the bind. Bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand. Maybe you find the big toe edge of your left foot. If you can't quite reach, okay, just think about reaching towards the foot, slowly opening up. Your strap might be handy here, okay? And you can set that up. You'll have to come out of the pose. Bring one side of the strap into each hand. And then when you come into your bind, okay, you use that band for a little bit of extra space to reach towards your back heel. Okay, so I have it wrapped up a little bit here. Okay, start. And then slowly wrap it in. If you have a towel, it might not be enough space, so just be mindful of that. Okay. And then with your next exhale, bend into both knees. Both feet meet the mat at the center of your mat. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. The root to rise all the way up. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. You may wish to step back just for more space to reset. Okay. Left foot steps towards the top of the mat this time. Take a big inhale breath. Exhale, slow hinge. Bend this front knee as much as you need to. Remember, you can grab for your strap if you feel like you need that extra support. And we'll start by opening up first into half moon. Walk your left fingertips forward. Keep both knees bent as you lift up and slowly open up. So again, if you have a towel, this is going to be quite a big reach. Okay, so I would, if you don't have a strap with you and you're not able to bind with the hand, okay, just focus on the extension towards your back heel and bending into your back knee. It's okay if you don't meet. You're just using a bit more muscle activation. Okay, some of you might be able to grab that big toe, anchor down through your strong standing left leg. Take a big inhale breath to open up. And exhale, let's forward fold near the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach up, squeeze your glutes. Let's pause for a moment in tree pose, or mountain pose, sorry. Top of the mat, arms to your side body. Give your shoulders a big roll. We'll just do a little bit more work here before we finish off our standing portion of class. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slow fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Optional vinyasa with or without the knees. Cobra or upward dog, both perfectly suitable for opening up across the chest and strengthening the back line of the body. Okay, right leg will kick up and back. Bend your right knee, stack your hip. All right, you guys, let's give this a try. Hover onto your left fingertips. Maybe you start to hover your left hand. For me, this side's a little bit easier. And if you want to get super crazy, can you reach back with your left hand and maybe you bind your right foot? Okay, this is hard. Stabilizers are working. Core is working. Stay with it for one more breath if you have it. If you fall out, no worries. Just be safe. And then come back, left hand to the mat, right leg up and back, look forward. This time we'll open to warrior two. Take your strap or your towel with you for warrior two. Whew. All right. We'll work into extended side angle with the bind. So with your inhale, open up your arms to a T. Okay. With your exhale, slowly hinge, plant your right elbow to your right thigh, sweep your left arm up and over. Top shoulder will roll back. Okay. All right, and then you can stay right here, of course, if this feels enough. Focus on opening up across the chest. If you're interested, we'll explore the bind. So half bind, your top arm will sweep in behind you. Okay. And then you can drop your right hand and slowly thread it through towards the full bind. I'll turn to mirror you here. Okay, so what it will look like without the strap, top arm will reach back. And you create a bind with the fingertips. If you have your strap, okay, you'll reach that back arm over, bottom arm under. A little bit harder to find the strap when it's longer. Okay. There we go. And then you're holding from here, okay? So you find a variation that feels good for you. The goal is to really open up. Okay, this is better here. Sorry, guys. So here's a little bit easier, a little bit better, so we can open up through the top shoulder. Okay. And then when you're ready, come out of the pose. Just turn back to face you here. That was a little bit sloppy, talking through it and demonstrating, so hopefully you got that. Open back up into your warrior two, and then hands to the mat, step back. Optional vinyasa. Whew. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely working up a sweat here. Let's try the other side. Left leg will kick up and back. Bend your left knee and stack your hip. So right away, I know there's a bit more struggle for balance for me on this side. Okay, so I'm going to we'll see what happens. Hover onto your right fingertips. This might be where you stay. Maybe you hover your right hand. Maybe you reach back towards the bind. Okay, so I would love to hear from you guys which side was easier. If you got this, this is a fun little challenge. Definitely test the balance and the strength. Let's come back through center, right hand down, look forward. Warrior two. This is it, you guys. Last bit of standing work. Okay, warrior two. You have your strap or your towel with you. Okay, if you need it, take an inhale breath. Extended side angle, right arm can reach back. Sorry, right arm will reach up and over. And then you can explore the bind. Take your top arm. There's kind of this external rotation happening. Okay, so I can demo maybe a little bit better this time. Second time's better. And then you can drop your bottom arm and thread it in behind your left knee, and you reach for the other end of the strap. So much smoother. We got this. So whether you have the strap or you're working without the strap, take a few rounds of breath. Really focus on opening up through that top shoulder, opening up across the chest. Stay for a few more rounds of breath. And slowly come up out of the pose. You can drop your strap, your prop, and cartwheel your hands down. Last time, vinyasa. High plank. Slow it down with your breath, low plank. Up dog or cobra. Let's land in a child's pose. Of course, you can take down dog if that feels better. Sigh it out. And take as many breaths there as you need. Eventually, join me in a seat facing the top of your mat. We'll start the cool down. So meet me here with your sit bones rooted, upper body, spine is tall. And we'll move into a cow face pose, seated cow face. I'll mirror you here, so bend into your right knee. Then cross your right knee over to stack on top of your left knee. So the pinky side edge of your right foot is down. Okay, still stable in the sit bones. And then this is option one. You can take this here, inhale breath. And exhale, we'll take eagle arms for this. So you'll wrap your, let's go right arm under left. Wrap once and twice. So we've done so much work opening up. We'll counter some of that energy by binding up here through the front of the body. You can also take this into a slow fold. Stay here if that feels like a good amount of sensation. You're welcome to work into the full cow face lower body bind by swinging your left leg around. Just make sure you're still able to stabilize through the sit bones. And same thing with the arms. Eagle arms right under left. Wrap up nice and tight. You might take that slow hinge forward. And just breathe through whatever sensation comes up for you here. Slowly come back through center. If that felt really good, stay for longer. You can unwind by bringing your hands behind you, windshield wiper your knees from side to side. And we'll set up for the other side. Bend your left knee will slide to stack over top of your right. So the pinky side edge is down on the mat. This is different than a seated twist, just in the sense that knees are stacked, outer line of the foot is on the mat. And we invite some sensation into the glutes, the muscles supporting the hip joints. Now let's take left arm under right for eagle arms. Feel your breath expand into your back body. You're welcome to take the fold. The fold is just an option. This might feel like enough right here. If you're coming into the full variation, stack your knees. I usually do a gentle push to really stack the knees up tight. You can walk your toes out to either side of your space. Eagle arms, left arm under right. And maybe you take your fold from here. I encourage you to explore the different variations, but not forcing or pushing or, suffering through any pain. If something feels not right in the body, it's usually because it isn't. So that's why we have so many modifications and options in this practice. We have different bodies. We need different things from this movement, from this breath work. Okay, so you always have the option to choose what it is you need. And come back up through center. Take your hands behind you. Whew. Facing the top of your mat, you can windshield wiper your knees again. And come on to your back. Pause for a moment here on your back. Feet flat to the mat, knees point up towards the ceiling. You can open up your arms to a cactus or a T. And we're just going to slowly unwind the body to a neutral position. So you can stay here with a gentle rock for a few rounds of breath. You can give your knees a big squeeze in and rock from here. Might feel good to open up for a few rounds of breath and rock in reclined bound angle. Slowly extend one leg to kind of a half tree variation, reclined tree pose variation. Try that on both sides. If you need a bit more of that twist sensation before completely opening up to Shavasana, corpse pose, you're welcome to take that. And eventually, this is where we will land to close practice. Take a few rounds of breath for yourself as you unfold from the work. Notice what it feels like to be in your body now. Notice new breath, new energy, new space. And give yourself permission to soak it all in here in these last few moments of your practice. As always, I'll leave you here to close off in your own time. Be sure to take a few moments to fully awaken your body, move slowly. And can you give yourself a big inhale breath, an acknowledgement of showing up on your mat today? Exhale, let it drop. Take a big inhale breath from our YouTube virtual community who also made it here to practice with you today. Exhale, send it out. And a big inhale breath for anyone else in your life who may need that extra bit of energy, well wishes, and send it out. Thank you guys for practicing with me today. Looking forward to guiding you again tomorrow. From my heart to yours, namaste.